Hello everyone and welcome to another learning cast. This one is gonna be on Canis River and we're gonna have a closer look on wobbles. So it's gonna be going Aeon against Seraphim. Well, Aeon is nice choice for this one. Maybe it was random, who knows, but well, Aeon has the advantage of floating aura, so you can cross the water quite easily. So let's see what he's gonna do with that, and looks like he's gonna go for second air as well, which is nice. Even on small map like that, like this, just 5 km, but still air can be quite useful. There's always some NG to kill or some nice group of units, and Aeon Bomber is quite nice for that. Okay, so early flare that is gonna deny Hydra. It will try, but there's enemy scout that should see that. Maybe with micro he can do that, but looks like didn't pay attention. But it would be really hard to counter a tank. So still a nice try. Another flare going to, I guess, right on the other side. Looks like the early build is missing some energy in it. Yeah, that's already, it's too much maxes for the beginning. Well, now when these two NGs finish the max, then the power is back online. So I guess one more PGen before those maxes with ACU, and that's gonna fix that little issue. And now going straight for Hydra, which is gonna be needed with this air. But then they will also have to build some more land, and I guess it's time to stop building flares since there was already a tank and a scout. So now the tank and the scout that defend this Hydra can go raid, so you may find it somewhere over here, and then your flare is not gonna be enough. So light assault bolts are good only at the beginning. Also, I guess this flare should either go try to get some NG over this position, or just don't build flare and get a tank. And that's not enough factory. Yes, I guess if you go for second air, then you should also make another land factory, since your first land factory is making NGs and tanks, so that's like half combat factory, but you need another. As you can see, the tank protecting the NG, so the flare wasn't useful. So if you don't succeed on the first time with laps, you won't probably make it on the other run as well. And I guess there's no need to wall with the ACU in the middle right now, because there's too much resources, so first you need to spend them somehow, and it's hard with just 2 factories, so the ACU could be building another factory. And this factory needs to build some tanks, some auroras, because flares are really not good against tanks. Yeah, and also if you go for air, you should not build just interceptors, then it's totally useless. You also need to do some damage with your air. So if you don't wanna pay attention much to that, you can queue up, like, if you wanna go the safe way, then you build like 2 inties, scout, bomber, and another 2 inties. So overall you have 4 inties, bomber, and scout. So the bomber is built automatically, and when you have it, you can just send it to kill something. As you can see, there's already bomber here, but looks like it's gonna be defended easily. That can also happen, but maybe the next one won't be. And I would say this is a mistake, going that far with the ACU when there wasn't that much scouting. And there's nothing to support, so if the enemy ACU appears here with some of the tanks, you can easily die to that. Looks like that's not gonna happen this time. And I would say that it's better to kill it, or if you wanna reclaim it. I'm not sure what's faster right now. It's pretty basically similar, but it's nice to always get one extra kill on your ACU, so if you wanna reclaim it, then you should stop before it's dead, fire one shot to kill it, and then reclaim the wreck. So you have one extra kill and you might get veterancy faster. Maybe it won't matter in this game, but it can save your life. And on map like this, I wouldn't really build just NGs from the first factory. I would build like 2 NGs and 2 tanks, and then set the infinite build, so you have still enough units, and you don't need that many NGs on map like this. Like, there's not too much reclaim, so 3 NGs on this position is waste of NGs. They could be somewhere on the map, for example expanding to the right side, because that's exactly what he needs right now. And also the aura needs to stay on range, they can't come that close. And if you facing army like this, you should target all the units with your ACU and keep the enemy ACU for later, since faster you kill the units, the more damage you can deal to ACU, but you also need to save some of your units for that.
Commander under attack.
Okay, and now it's starting to be too much factories, not enough mass, and that's because it's just 6 maxes, one is upgraded, but he didn't manage to secure the right side yet, so can't possibly support the main factories. And with the reclaim you may look at these big rocks, and pretty much along the river there are quite a lot of rocks like these groups. Then in the river looks like some got already reclaimed, but also another group over there. So it's also nice if you're going with your ACU somewhere like that and take those big rocks, at least reclaim them on the way. Okay, now the bomber coming in for the power. Okay, power is always a good target. I guess he could try to pick up some of the NGs on the way. And some micro. Looks like it's not gonna work since there's too much air, but nice try, and I guess if there wasn't that many intis, he would manage to do that. Yeah, and I see you can immediately rebuild things, and you can also reclaim those dead tanks. PD, so that's gonna be, artillery is gonna be needed here. Auras can't really kill a PD, it has same range. And also the ACU is there. Okay, looks like these factories are assisting. Now the situation with Eco is better, and this is enough power to go for some ACU upgrade. And Aeon gun is quite strong, especially on small maps, because you can outrange the enemy gun ACU. And if you're killing also power like this, then there's not a chance that your opponent would go for gun himself, since he doesn't have power for that. And you can see that's more than enough power to start the upgrade, and you would still have enough, maybe even assist with 1 NG if you get the storage. If you get 1 storage, you can even assist with NG and you will finish the gun quite easily. And that could decide the game right now, since he's still sending the bombers, so should be able to kill another pigeons maybe. And you can see that his opponent does not really have the power. You can see that from the number of pigeons. There's Hydro and just few pigeons. And okay, now he's trying to go upgrade himself, so that's the difference between having power and not. So more air, that is also gonna be useful, and T2 land. I would say gun on AC would be better in this situation, since Aeon tanks are nice, obsidians are quite strong, but they don't have the range of the Seraph bots that, well, they won't be there right now, since I haven't seen any upgrade yet. But I guess the gun would be a better choice for now, especially with this amount of power. And if this happens to you, you have a bit too much power, you can always try to reclaim some of the pigeons, but that depends what you want to build from this factory as well. If you want to build obsidians and shields, then you're gonna need some extra power. But if you want to go just for blazes, to be able also cross the water with other units, then you don't need that much power. And also there could be already artillery a long time ago for killing this PD, and then with the scouts you will also see that this ACU is on upgrade, and ACU on upgrade is quite weak against artillery, so you could even try to force him stop the upgrade, which would be a nice win for you. But even from this side, if those units just came and target the ACU, our Rust do outrange the ACU, it would also force him to stop. So quite many things to do. It's like NG already reclaiming, which is nice. And some of the units could be like 2-3 auroras sent on this max if you don't want to send too much, or even try to send more and go around the back. You can always retreat if something goes wrong, just to force his units to move them back into his base. And also a few auroras could be sent to raid these maxes, and there's not even a PD, so they would die easily. Looks like the new energy spam in the middle. And now if there was the gun ACU, which he's trying to do now, but now he needs to pause air for that. There would be already the gun ACU, these pigeons would not be built since the gun was denied, but still really nice bombers killing the tower again. And you can see how powerful bombers are against auroras, so pretty much this army is dead already. This PD will stop it. So I guess it would be better to try to kill some of the eco and just going from the back, at least denying the smacks and forcing your opponent to send units in the back of his base. That would be enough. You wouldn't even need to do much damage, just be over this position, force him to get back, not really allow him to attack much. And so there's gonna be T2 PD since this is a T2 ACU, so now it's just rate of fire, so he also needs the range. But if he gets like 3 PDs, then even the gun won't be enough. He could try still to do some damage, like deny the Hydro and this max maybe, and send the auroras from the other side and get some mobile missile launchers. Yeah, but the thing is that the gun could have been done a long time ago, so this situation wouldn't happen. And as it is right now, there was the T2 HQ, I believe, or I thought I saw one. Not sure, maybe it died. I thought I saw some T2, or I guess he killed it with those auroras. Yeah, that's what happened, I hope. So also another thing, if you kill the T2 HQ or your T2 first, then you can build TML. Even on this map it's a viable option. As you can see, there are T2 maxes to kill, and you can keep denying the factories. Well, that wouldn't happen at this case since there was the T2 ACU, but still you can try to kill some maxes. If you kill 1 or 2, then your opponent builds TMD, you just reclaim your TML and you done quite a lot of damage almost for no price. So definitely worth it. It's like the second gun is gonna be finished soon. So far just 1 P. Yeah, and you can see that his opponent still has problems with energy, so that's the good time to build another bomber, since he's still building the pigeons in groups like that. So, and I think he has air control quite easily, like this Intis has no chance, especially against auroras. So building just bombers from one factory will be a solution right now, and always come and kill the power Also, a few of these auroras could be maybe set on, well, not really on the Hydro. The Maxes are a better choice, but the PD is built quite fast, so that is not gonna work. Now transport with T2 tanks, see what he's gonna drop, and the ACU looks like he's gonna go for the side. So now we can build more units, or maybe do more Maxes. Well, there are already quite a lot of Maxes. So now I would upgrade additional factories to T2, also get a T2 power, TMD, and build some shields to your army, so you can kill even this position with T2 PDs. But the thing that is happening right now that there is TML and I don't see any TMD over here. So when you get on T2, you should always think about TMLs, and if you don't want to do TML yourself, you should at least get TMD.
Commander under attack.
And I'm not sure if you can go T3 without the T2 PGen. It's cost quite a lot, especially when you start building Harbingers. Looks like the TML is gonna die. 2 Maxes should go down. 2, actually 3, 4 Maxes. That is quite painful. But the 1 TMD in the front would solve that, so next time build that. But also some T2 Maxes are going down over here. Yeah, but problem with power, so the obsidians won't be that useful anymore. Yeah, when you get on T2 with A1, you should start thinking about the T2 PGens. You always gonna need that later. And if you're on T2, just get the PGen and start building shields, so your army will get much more stronger. Looks like the ACU is getting some kills on the PGens. And 2 Maxes down. So it's still quite even, like denying this expansion. And you can also, if you deny the expansion, you can send NG yourself and try to take it. And also now, since he had air control, like those bombers could just come in right now and kill additional PGens. Like this group is quite vulnerable, it would die easily to 3 bombers. This forward group would also die. Maybe for this one, maybe 4 bombers would be needed, since there is also anti-air. Yeah, but direct attack with T1 units against T2 PDs, and actually 2 T2 PDs, or maybe more. That's not an option. Okay, at least and the obsidians came in, so they're gonna be able to kill one of the PDs. And now this ACU is a bit damaged. Needs to focus on the PD first and think about retreating, since this ACU was full HP, so this is not a safe position to be in. Also send the army over here. Yeah, he's just rebuilding the PDs, and now he's...
Commander under attack.
That's quite dangerous, he needs to run away. Yeah, I think he's dead. Even the ungunned ACU will kill him. He's just gonna build T1 PDs. Yeah, so if you're going Rumble with your ACU, you need some scouts to see what's going on, since there was no radar. He just walked there with the ACU, built PDs, and Wobbles had no idea about it. But I guess if he survived, the T3 bots could change things easily. Especially if he dropped one in the back, it should be able to kill the T2 bots with some micro, or maybe drop 2 at once. Just generally, I think he would win the game if he didn't die there. So nice game, I hope you enjoyed it, and see you in another video.